Well, here we are, stretching before the big day, and we're getting ready to head on out here. It's a big day because today we're doing New Hampshire number 48. So because Sawyer River Road here is closed, we have to start here and then walk the 2-mile Sawyer River Road and then head up here to Kerrigan. A total of gain of 3,800 feet. We're starting at 898, about 900 feet, and Mount Kerrigan is above 4,600 feet above sea level. To start out, I'm following a trail that kind of parallels Sawyer River Road for a bit, and then should connect up with the road afterwards, because the river's on that side of me. It's much better than walking on the road. Walking on a trail in the woods here. Good morning! It is Stick the Eagle. Welcome back to the woods. I've missed you so much. And welcome back to the New Hampshire 48 4,000 footers. Today we are hiking Mount Kerrigan, which will be our 48th 4,000 footer of the 48 that we left undone back in June before Scout Camp. I was thinking of doing Kerrigan before I left, but the weather wasn't great. It was rainy, and I wanted to do Kerrigan on a nice sunny day where it'd have some gorgeous views. And guess what? That day is today. This is how you relax and enjoy the last mountain, by laying on a rock by the river. A rock in the river is an amazing place to sit and rest. Look at how clear this water is. Isn't that amazing? Absolutely stunning. I love these New Hampshire mountains here. I feel like I discovered a trail that is much nicer than taking the road. And I'm thankful. There's all these little hidden gems in the White Mountains. And everyone's saying, oh, you have to take the road to get to Mount Kerrigan. But maybe you don't. I'm between the river and the road, and as long as I stay between the river and the road, I'll be able to find the road later. This is a beautiful trail. Supposedly they closed down the road because it's like washed out or something, so that cars can't currently drive on it. Well, I think this is where the little side trail that's not a trail ends. So I'm just gonna head up this hill here to the road. Alright, well, I'm on the road. But I think that was really nice. I did like a mile off trail next to the river, and yeah, that was great. That was much better than just walking this road for that mile. Still have a mile to go to get to the Signal Ridge trailhead, but I'm happy right now. By the way, these shoes are kind of falling apart here. These are the shoes that I finished Mount Katahdin in and hiked the Appalachian Trail from Connecticut to Katahdin, and then I wanted to finish all 48 New Hampshire 4,000 footers in this pair of shoes, because obviously between Connecticut and Katahdin I did my 20, so we're retiring it today after I finish the 48 4,000 footers. My southbound AT start date was planned for tomorrow. Obviously, I'm not ready. I need new poles. Look at that. I need new shoes, and I need to purchase food. It's like, there's a lot that would have to happen for me to be able to do this solo thru hike this year. I do have a very huge donor. I want to thank you, you know who you are, for trying to help me get there. So instead of like being a lot in the hole, I'm just a little less in the hole, but I still feel like I need to work for a season and then return to the trails a little bit later on. Let me dream about it, get fully ready again, have enough money to purchase everything that I need, and get ready to go from there. For those who missed it, I'm still trying to pay off the credit card bill from the Florida trip, and then the New Hampshire after the Florida trip that I did, well, starting with Antarctica in March, and then Florida and etc. all the way through June, May, June, etc. So still working on that, and I've got about $2,000 to pay off for that now at this point. I don't want to go in debt further, hiking the Appalachian Trail, going to restaurants when I don't have a reliable source of income, because I can't rely on YouTube, you know we can't. So instead, we'll be thankful for what has happened along the way. All the beauty that we've seen, all the places that we've been, all the people that we've met along the way. So thank you. Let's practice gratitude. Gratitude always. That's what I want to present on this channel with you all. Thank you, God, for these green trees and this walk. Well, we just crossed that bridge. I see bikes here. Sign says parking, and will you look at that? The Signal Ridge Trail, Mount Kerrigan, 5 miles. Before I go up, I'm just taking this opportunity to sit on this nice bench here, railing, drink some water, hydration, and I'll be ready to go. You guys, I just saw a black bear. Black bear was behind this bush, and then I came up and it just scampered right up the hill there. Did not capture it on video, but that's really cool. Getting warm down here in the valley. I'm going slow for 2 reasons. 1, I'm going uphill. 2, I wanted to take my time on my last mountain here in New Hampshire. And 3, sometimes I almost fall out of these shoes because they're that bad right now. But I respect them, and like I said, it's the last hike in these shoes to finish out the 48 in them. What plant is this? Berries are nice. If you need any signs that it's been dry up here, this is a sign that it's been dry. You can tell that this would have been a huge puddle basin of water, but it's dried up. This is a beautiful walk. I know we'll get the elevation at some point, but I'm just enjoying each little piece of this walk. And this is a nice walk right now. listen to the wind. I see trees of green, but no red roses. Look at this beautiful fir row, I guess I'll call it. I'm loving it. You spy a little camp in there. Intriguing. Another random little path that people put sticks in to tell you that's not the way, this is the way. But all these like little unmarked paths are interesting. So here we get to cross the stream. Trail goes right in there. Imagine what little river carried all this big stuff downstream. So little now, raging at some points. And right on the other side of the river, there's a very obvious tenting site right here. I'm going to show you it. Somebody built a little fire ring, and there's space for a good number of tents here. It's a beautiful spot. Sometimes you just find those random tent sites that aren't listed on Far Out. It's like, wow, that's a steal. I would totally camp there if I had a reason to tent there. These bridges are in decent, well, not that one, but these bridges are in decent shape except for that one. Anyway, there's a trail intersection. It's the Kerrigan Notch Trail that way. We are going this way. Mount Kerrigan 3.3. Let's go. Uphill begins now, right? These woods are so peaceful. So I'll try to remember to put a screenshot that I just took of Far Out of the intersection, but you could use the Kerrigan Notch Trail to go down the back side of Kerrigan with the Desolation Trail and make it into a loop if you want. It would be a longer loop than the out and back is, but it would be a loop, and you could even tent if you want to. Well, this one was definitely done by a beaver. Look at that. Little birch tree there. Get a close up. Now we have a nice bridge. One of them broke, but I'm gonna use this one. It's always funny when you're like, you see a double bridge, one of them broke, and that gives you a reason to trust the other one. But we do. Look at that beautiful moss. Oh, I love the forest. Hiking along, but look at this rock. How can anyone resist not taking a break right on this rock right here? Beautiful woods. Well, the summit of Kerrigan is 2.7 miles away, and I have 2,600 feet of elevation to gain, so 100 feet per tenth of a mile? That's doable. This is funny. Somebody tied a sweatshirt to a tree. It's like, I'm getting warm, so I'll come back down later and get it, right? I'm getting warm too, but the hill has definitely started. By the way, it was in the 40s this morning early. It was like 46 degrees according to my car thermometer. the higher summits above 5,000 feet say high in the low 50s. Obviously the valley is probably in like the 70s. So definitely around 70 I predict. I don't have my thermometer right now though. If you watched the last video that I had Nichols in, which was the Twins Bonds Traverse, you might be wondering where Nichols is right now, because we talked about him joining up with me for an August hike up Kerrigan for our final 48. Well, he ended up not having enough time off from his work in order to get up here to New Hampshire and get to 47 to a point where we could do this together. And I can't wait for him because I'm going back to Ohio, like I said earlier. So the opportunity for me is now, with or without Nichols, unfortunately. I also invited Frizzle, but sadly she's working today also. She's in the Boston area, not too far from here. I don't know, 3 hours or so. So this kind of is starting to feel like the last 2 miles hiking up Katahdin after my AT thru hike, because this is another big accomplishment, completing all 48, and I'm getting into the fur level. And as soon as I get into the fur level, I'm like passing 3,000 feet. It's happening. It's happening. Yeah, it feels something else. I'm actually kind of surprised it feels like it did when I was finishing the summit of Katahdin. So I think that I might be feeling the same way as I did completing the Appalachian Trail thru hike, even though completing the 48 4,000 footers is much easier than an Appalachian Trail thru hike as far as timing and elevation goes. I think it kind of feels the same, because when you set a goal for yourself and you set out to complete that goal and you make it happen, it feels really great to be able to complete that goal. And you can really go into that goal like nothing is going to stop you. You're going to complete that eventually. That's how a lot of people look at the AT. It's just like 1 mile at a time, just don't stop, even if it's a slow day. And here, same thing. I knew once I set this goal, this year when I really started completing these mountains in earnest, that nothing was going to stop me from completing it. And that's why it feels so amazing to bring that into reality today. First little view there. None of those are 4,000 footers. We will be getting higher and obviously get a much clearer view when we go further. So this is going to be my last time summiting a New Hampshire 4,000 footer for the first time. Yeah, I have no doubt that I'll come back and do some of these again, but it's the last time doing it for the first time. Right now I'm thinking about Frizzle's uphill climbs. How I used to ask her how she would do the climbs without stopping, and she'd just tell me she can't stop, won't stop attitude. You don't stop till you get to the top of the hill. Sometimes I do that, but not today, because I wanted to enjoy the process of climbing. Look, a little spot of sun. I keep on just walking uphill, but I keep thinking that since I haven't checked for a while where I'm at, I'm like, any bend could be it. And it's not me saying, oh, I wish I was there. I'm enjoying the process of getting there right now. It's actually more of a sad feeling, like any time I could be it, and then the journey's over. no more height on that side. There's no more height on that side. The only elevation is right in front of me. I feel like I could be on top of it. All right. Well, it's a view if nothing else. There's still more mountain, but wow. Take a look at this. Oh yeah. Another great spot for a view. And there it is. I see the top now. Can I zoom in? Can you see the tower on top? That's where it is. That is where we'll be celebrating our finish very soon. Hey you guys, this is the reason that I brought layers. Because climbing up, I could have almost said, why? Why did I wear these leggings? Because I was getting so warm, but now I'm really thankful for them and long layers. And I also have my windbreaker coat in my backpack ready to go for the summit, because the weather and temperature on the top is usually a lot different than it is on the bottom. And with the wind, it adds a lot more wind chill. So glad I have those layers. Always make sure you're prepared going to these summits. I'm sitting here for a bit. The top is there where the tower is, but I'm just sitting enjoying looking at this view here. Like, the top will be there. There's people up there right now. I can see them and hear them. But I have this spot to myself right now. This is absolutely fantastic. Nice little ledge, rocks to sit on. So I said before that this was Webster Cliffs. It is not Webster Cliffs is over there, because that is Wiley, Field, and Tom with Hale and Zealand. And then on the other side of Wiley, Field, Tom is the Presidential Range. So up there is Jackson, Pierce, all the presidentials, Eisenhower, Madison, and Washington, Clay, and Jefferson there. Beautiful though. Absolutely beautiful. Sky is huge. Well, that's the mountain there. It looks so easy now. All I have to do is climb that. It's not gonna climb itself. I can sit on this rock for ages, but I think it's time to do the last little bit. What a beautiful walk through this mini col before the final climb. I mean, just be peaceful, be still. walking along the trail and I see, there's a mini platform in the woods. What is this? Old latrine or privy? The Boy Scout terms at Boy Scout camp is latrine, but the trail terms is privy. So I gotta switch back. That's my guess. Old privy spot, but not anymore. I could be wrong. If any of you know, let me know what that was. Continuing up the hill. There's more up, but I reached a little sign here that says camping. Let me check out the camping spot. How intriguing. There's a few flat spots. I mean, it's not great, but I guess it's workable. A lot of rocks. Hey. It's actually a formal camping spot because there's obviously a sign there that was made to establish it. So cool. It's not much farther now. This is it.
Bro, you will take any chance to bring up the B movie.
That's like my favorite movie of all time. I love the B movie.
That is such a loophole.
Find the tallest rock in the area. I think it's this one right here.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Tallest point in the area.
There you go.
And the survey marker, right?
Here, yeah, let me get my crap out of your way.
There's a survey marker. What mountain are we on? Mount Kerrigan. Popular up here today. So that way is the Pemi Wilderness. And Desolation Trail goes down the other side. Looks like very steep over there. I think that's Franconia Ridge right there. make it official. Mount Kerrigan, number 48 of New Hampshire's 48 4,000 footers. And this is also the hike that these shoes get retired. But here's our reward for 48 4,000 footers.
Oh, a
Jersey Mike sub. And a Milky Way bar. That's a treat for later. I can't get this out of the bag one-handed though, so I'm gonna have to put this down.
Choose your ice cream.
Alright y'all, we did it. We're up here at Mount Kerrigan. New Hampshire 48 4,000 footers are completed here on Mount Kerrigan. We just had our sub to celebrate and now have a nice Milky Way to celebrate as well. Put a sweet taste in our mouth as this mountain puts a sweet taste in ours too. And I should probably open it first. Let's look at these gorgeous views one more time. Absolutely fantastic. Love it up here. I've been spending a long time up here. Now I'm gonna open my Milky Way and keep on enjoying these views. Alright guys, Wiley, Field, and Tom are right over there. Hale is that one right over there. That might be Zealand over there. I think that is Zealand. And then those are the presidentials, so Webster, and then Jackson, Pierce, Eisenhower, and of course Washington. Monroe is right in front of Washington, kind of hard to make the break in the rock there. And then that would be Jefferson, with Clay in between. Clay's in between Jefferson and Washington. Adams is just poking out above Clay right there. Well, now that I'm the only one up here at the moment, we're going to review our mountains here. This is Franconia Ridge, Lafayette, Lincoln, and Liberty, and Flume. So, Liberty, Flume. Behind those two are the Kinsmans, South Kinsman, North Kinsman, and then that little faded speck over there is Moosilauke, the one that's faded behind it all, Mount Moosilauke. Unless that's Moosilauke, that could be Moosilauke also. Not perfect yet, but below Franconia Ridge is Owl's Head. That pointy one over there, on the backside is Garfield. And then nearer to that, along the Pemmiloop is North Twin and South Twin. So South Twin is the rounded one at the top, and North Twin is the one behind. Coming closer to us is Mount Bond, that big one right in front of us, followed by West Bond, which is the flat one, and then Bond Cliff is right there. Gorgeous areas there. Coming over off the Pemmiloop is Zealand, and then you have Hale right there. Up that way is, in the distance, would be Wambeck and Cabot. And then next to Hale, so Zealand, Hale, and then closer is the Wiley Range. So we have Tom, Field, Wiley, the one with all the rocks. Go across Crawford Notch there,
We have Mount Webster, Jackson, Presidential Range, Mount Washington with the towers, and Mount Clay, Mount Jefferson, Monroe, and Eisenhower's before you get to Washington. And then over there is the Wildcat and the Carter Mariah Range. I think this is isolation, the one with the rocks, the top point there, because the angle's right for isolation. I'm gonna go around. That's a top peak, but I'm not sure. Come around to the Sandwich Range, and you've got the that's the tri-pyramids there. That may be the Osceolas. Yeah, Osceolas. That would be Whiteface, I think. I'm not positive on some of these, but I do know that those are the Hancocks there. Now, North and South Hancock. And then more Sandwich Range out that way. So gorgeous view from the top here at Mount Kerrigan Tower. While there's nobody actually down here this time, I'm going to re-tag the high points. It hasn't sunk in yet to be done with a 48 yet. It's a great one to finish on, Mount Kerrigan. And that's that. That's that. One journey complete. Start thinking about, well, what's next? And guys up there were asking me, what's next? As soon as I said to all those people up there that it was New Hampshire number 48 of the 4,000 footers. It's like, all right, done with one list. What's the next one? What jumps to mind is that tent wasn't there when I came up. Cool. Using the campsites. What jumps to mind is the 115 list. If you don't know, the 115 list is the list of all 4,000 footers in the Northeast region, which includes the 16 in Maine, the 48 in New Hampshire, and the 5 in Vermont, and the 46 in New York. Now, I've done a number of those in Maine already on my Appalachian Trail thru hike, and in Vermont, I've also done a number of those. Killington, at least Killington, because that was in the AT. So, if I want to, I can start adding up how many of those I've done. But that would be probably for another year. Another option here is the New Hampshire 52 with the view list that I've begun. There are a lot of under 4,000 footers in New Hampshire that are also very beautiful. So watch my footing here. So might start tackling that a little bit more. The 52 with a view. So there's plenty of other mountains to hike. But again, for now, I have to end the hiking because I have to go back and I can't be doing like adventuring non-stop here. I did a lot in June and spent a lot of money doing that, eating out and things, so donations have helped offset some of those prices. But I've done a lot in 2025, and I can be thankful for all that I've done in 2025. I had a big adventure in 2024 with a thru hike in the Appalachian Trail. 2025, big adventure was Antarctica to Florida to New Hampshire 48 4,000 footers. So 2026 is the next big adventure, and we're going to start saving up and planning for that year coming up. Hey look, it's wild blueberries. That's cool. Back at the trail intersection where the loop trail would have come out, 1.7 to the road. It's Kerrigan Notch Trail. If we took the Desolation Trail down, we could have made a loop out of that a little bit longer. So we have these boards and about back. These very good condition boards here. Super good condition boards. And friend.
Hi.
Whoa, I'm gonna trip because of these boards. Wow, it is already getting dark because we were enjoying the view at the top of Kerrigan a lot longer than I normally enjoy any view on the tops of mountains. Plus it helped that this friend came too.
Hi.
He can hardly see. Scouts. Anyway, it's getting dark, but it was a good day. Really soaked in that view from Kerrigan, which was good because it was a gorgeous view. I think it beat South Twin for the best view of
And
all of
Last
the
Mountain.
4,000 footers in New Hampshire. Last 48 4,000 footer. So one journey ends, another will begin. Like I said, maybe eventually the Northeast 115 to do. But we'll see where the next journey lies. Thanks for joining us on today's journey. For now, remember to
There's the water.
embrace the journey and happy trails. Now let's get out before it gets too
That's
dark,
not
right?
what I was gonna say. Cherish
Yeah.
the wide earth and give friendship to all.
Cherish the wide earth and give friendship to all of our Camp Sequoias mottos.
Aw. You can't steal it.
I haven't stolen it, no. But those are great mottos, and hiking on trails like this helps us to remember to cherish the wide earth because we're walking in nature, and also giving friendship to all because
People.
you see people and you talk to people, and hikers are typically very friendly to one another. It's awesome. Random strangers will talk to people.
Yeah. I love talking to random hiker strangers.
Yeah, I know, I'm still recording.
I just noticed.
So, that conversation over. Don't know when the next journey will be, but I'll share it when it happens.
And always cherish the wide earth and give friendship to all.
What she said, always cherish the wide earth, give friendship to all. See you next time
Good night.
from these dark woods in the White Mountain National Forest. So we were not expecting to be night hiking tonight, but that's why you bring your headlights. How's night hiking going?
I hate it. Where's the trail? See, there's no trail.
There is a trail
There was no-
somewhere. See, there's the blaze right there. We're on the trail.
Someone just painted that.
We've made it back to the Signal Ridge trailhead. That would be the parking area there if the road was open, but the road is not open, so we have to do this road walking back. But hey, that was a great hike. Gorgeous day, and an unexpected night hike to end it. Good night, y'all. Be blessed and a blessing, and always, like I said, remember to embrace the journey and happy trails. It was not a false summit. It is the real summit. Mount Musalaki, or Mount Musalak. I still don't know how you pronounce it. I'm going with Musalak. 4,802 feet. We have summited number 1 of 48 New Hampshire 4K peaks. Summit is over there with a nice backdrop of the Franconia Ridge behind it. We've got Liberty, Lincoln,
And the tallest one, Lafayette. And over there is North Kinsman. That looks so rugged, but there it is. The peak of South Kinsman is right here. No sign, no sign. Ah, well, you can see Franconia Ridge and North Kinsman over there. We have reached the summit of South Kinsman, which is the second of the 48 New Hampshire 4,000 footers. That is just a gorgeous view of Franconia Ridge though. Frizzle and Nichols are up there somewhere today, doing that ridge. Gorgeous day for it. Washington's actually hiding behind it, so I don't have a view of it yet. Well, no sign again, but we are here at the summit of North Kinsman. Honestly, how are you supposed to prove that you've done all the 48 footers when all you have is a picture of yourself with a view and a pine tree? Ah, there's another trail this way. Maybe I missed that. Ha ha ha, nope, that was the way I just came a bit earlier. So, yeah, no sign up here, but gorgeous. Here we are, North Kinsman with a view of Franconia Ridge and Cannon Mountain. It is so, so beautiful up here. So this is Cannon Mountain right there. The AT does not go over Cannon Mountain. That down there is Lonesome Lake, where the Lonesome Lake hut is, and I have to descend. The AT goes right past that. And then the AT goes up there near Mount Liberty and then follows the whole ridge. And if that's Franconia Ridge, there's other gorgeous mountains beyond over here, and mountain peaking up there, which looks even taller. Mount Washington is somewhere in this direction too, but I might not be able to see it quite yet. This is Lonesome Lake with Cannonball Mountain there, and then Franconia Ridge. We have Liberty, Lincoln, and Lafayette Mountains. Mount Lincoln Summit! We have made it to the top of Mount Lafayette. Now that I've descended from Lafayette. And we're still climbing. There's the foundation. That could be a nice shelter from the wind right there. We have reached the summit of Mount Garfield. Number 7 of New Hampshire's 48,000 footers. Here's the view from the outlook of Galehead Mountain with South Twin in the background. We are at the top of South Twin Mountain. There is North Twin Mountain, and then Franconia Ridge in the background there. Number 9 of 48. Great view of Garfield, and then Franconia Ridge. We have summited Zealand Mountain, number 10 of the 48 4,000 New Hampshire footers. Here's our portrait for summiting Mount Jackson. It's been a while, but I'm at 11. Yay! All right, let's get down to the hut. Mount Pierce, 4,300 feet of elevation, and number 12 on the summit list of New Hampshire's 48 4,000 footers. I just slipped on a wet rock and fell and really twisted my ankle. It's hurting right now. I'm hoping that it's just minor. Hello up there, Mount Washington. It's a very calm and clear day today as we near the summit. We're obviously in a cloud this morning. It's 6 a.m. and this is the tent I was just getting out of. So I'm packing up my stuff outside. Luckily it's not raining right now. Really can't see a thing. Living down. This is number 14 of the 48 4,000 footers. Welcome to the top of Mount Madison. We have reached the top of Wildcat D, which is number 15 of the 4,000 footers. 48 New Hampshire 4,000 footers. Yay for 15. Let's keep hiking northbound. This is Wildcat A summit. Number 15 of the 48 4,000 footers in New Hampshire. Welcome to Wildcat A. Summit of Carter Dome. Number 17 of 48 4,000 footers here in New Hampshire. Cheers, South Carter Mountain summit picture. Woo! The top of Middle Carter Mountain. Number 19 out of 48 4,000 footers. Middle Carter. And let's step up here, up. Looks better up here. There was just a little bit of section that reminded me of Madison. This right here is Little Monroe. There's the nice town right there. Big Monroe is right there. Washington. Look at those pretty purple flowers right there. It's gorgeous. Alpine flowers. Look at that. Still a little bit of snow down there. Right there. There's the AT. Goes down there that bypasses Monroe and over to the Lake of the Clouds. You can see the lakes there. Lake of the Clouds. Washington's up there. And now can bag Mount Monroe. Hello.
Can you take a picture of me?
Sure.
Take a picture of you too if you want.
Thank you. We'll find the top of this mountain here.
This is it.
This is it.
Finally, if you want.
Mount Monroe. Number 47. Unzoom here. number 47 of our New Hampshire 48 4,000 footers, Mount Monroe. To make it official, Mount Kerrigan, number 48 of New Hampshire's 48 4,000 footers.